Okay, so I've been hearing a lot of the term Miraidon thrown around, and admittedly, some of that has been for me. But this new version of Miraidon ain't mid at all. It's incredible. With Flaaffy's Dynamotor ability, charging extra energy into play, Raichu V being able to blast Pokemon to smithereens, this version of Miraidon is awesome, and I think it has a lot of potential in our current standard format. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing off the deck and then playing some games on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. Let's take a look. One of the first things you'll notice about this Miraidon EX deck is that it doesn't feature any copies of Regieleki VMAX. Now, Regieleki VMAX is great for lightning type decks. It boosts the damage output of your basic lightning Pokemon by 30, so with a few Regieleki VMAX in play, your Miraidon EX will be swinging for over 300 damage with its Photon Blaster attack. This list goes about dealing huge amounts of damage a little bit differently. We rely on Raichu with its Dynamic Spark attack. Raichu's Dynamic Spark attack allows you to discard any amount of lightning energy from your Pokemon, and the attack does 60 damage for each energy you discarded in this way. So if you discard 5 lightning energy from play, you're dealing 300 damage, 6 lightning energy, and you're dealing 360 damage, enough damage to knock out any Pokemon in the Pokemon TCG. Raichu V is also a great starter thanks to its fast charge attack, which you can use on the first turn of the game even if you're going first, and it allows you to search your deck for a lightning energy and attach it to Raichu. Now, Raichu is a great attacker and it trades really well with 3 prized Pokemon, but it's a very energy-hungry attacker. So in order to get enough energy into play to effectively use Dynamic Spark, this list plays a 2-2 Flaaffy line. Flaaffy's here for its awesome Dynamotor ability, which allows you to attach a lightning energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. With 2 Flaaffy in play, you can recharge 2 lightning energy from the discard pile every turn, which is really good for piling up enough energy to take big one-hit KOs with Raichu V, but it's also great for just powering up your Miraidon, especially if those electric generators aren't hitting reliably. One of the coolest things about playing Flaaffy in your Miraidon deck is that it combos perfectly with Radiant Greninja. Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards ability allows you to discard an energy from your hand, and then you get to draw 2 cards. And for a deck that runs 15 lightning energy, being able to turn some of those energy into draw power is very good. And then you can accelerate those energy that you put into the discard pile right away with Flaaffy's Dynamotor ability. Raichu V and Miraidon EX are the main attackers in this deck, but they're not the only attackers. This list also plays Raikou V, which is a great low-maintenance attacking option thanks to its Lightning Rondo attack, which can do up to 220 damage for just 2 energy. But by far, the coolest inclusion in this deck is the 1-1 Magnezone VSTAR line. Typically, Lost Box and Gardevoir decks can be pretty tough for lightning type decks to beat, but Magnezone VSTAR really helps to even the playing field thanks to its Electro Star VSTAR power attack. Electro Star does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon for 2 lightning energy, allowing you to take double knockouts against Ralts, Kirlia, Comfey, Sableye, or any Pokemon with 90 hit points or less. Now, the unfortunate thing is that usually there is a Manaphy standing in your way, blocking bench damage with its Water Veil ability, but that's where Magnezone V comes in. Magnezone V's Magnetic Tension attack switches one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemon and does 40 damage to it. And since Manaphy is weak to lightning, that means Magnetic Tension can bring up Manaphy and knock it out for just 2 energy. Then after you do that, you can evolve into Magnezone VSTAR, and if your opponent didn't recover the Manaphy, you are free to use Electro Star to take 2 more knockouts. This is a really awesome strategy, and I found myself using it all the time against Lost Box and Gardevoir decks, and I think that Magnezone V STAR is definitely a card to consider in Lightning-type decks going forward. In addition to Raikou V and Magnezone V STAR, this deck also runs one copy of Drapion V, because it turns out being able to knock out a Mew V Max with no energy is pretty good. But then the final Pokemon that I want to talk about is Zapdos from the Pokemon Go set. Zapdos has the Lightning Symbol ability, which makes your basic Lightning Pokemon do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is really good for fixing math with Raichu V and Miraidon EX. Miraidon EX's Photon Blaster attack does 220 damage, which one-hit KOs almost all Pokemon V, but not Tyranitar V or Dragonite V, which are both popular and have 230 hit points. So being able to hit that 230 HP mark with Photon Blaster is really useful. And then Raichu V does 300 damage if you discard 5 energy with Dynamic Spark. With Zapdos on the bench, you're hitting 310 damage for 5 energy, which is really good for knocking out Mew V Max and Gardevoir EX. Now that we're familiar with the Pokemon, let's take a look at the supporters. This deck has a very straightforward and aggressive supporter package, something that I really like about this build. It plays 4 copies of Professor's Research, the most powerful draw supporter in the game, allowing you to discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Discarding cards is very good in this deck since you can put lightning energy in the discard pile to accelerate back into play later with Flaaffy's Dynamotor ability. It also plays 2 copies of Judge because being able to disrupt your opponent's hand is very good in the Pokemon TCG right now, especially against decks that like to amass a gigantic hand like Gardevoir EX and Lost Box. But something that's really unique about this deck is that it has a very heavy emphasis on gusting options. With 3 copies of Boss's Orders and 2 copies of Serena, you will almost always be able to target down exactly what you want on your opponent's side of the board, which is really good for a hard-hitting, fast, and aggressive deck like this Miraidon EX deck. Taking a look at the rest of the list, you'll see that Miraidon EX decks tend to be relatively simple compared to some other decks in standard format, and that's because you have to make room for between 12 and 15 basic lightning energy. I've opted for 15 basic lightning energy in this deck to help you hit double lightning off of Electric Generator. Electric Generator is an item card that allows you to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and attach up to 2 basic lightning energy you find there to your bench lightning Pokemon in any way you like. Obviously, the more lightning energy you play in your deck, the more often you'll hit double lightning off of Electric Generator. So you could play less than 15, but with 15, you're going to be hitting double lightning off of Electric Generator more often than lists that are playing 12 or 13 or 14. Now obviously there are diminishing returns on playing more lightning energy, as sometimes you will just whiff your Electric Generators, but I found that 15 lightning energy feels like a sweet spot for this deck. One of the other cool things about Miraidon decks is that you don't actually have to play a ton of search cards, since Miraidon EX's Tandem Unit ability allows you to search your deck for 2 basic lightning Pokemon and put them straight onto your bench. So all we need is 2 Nest Ball to make sure that we can find our Miraidon EX or Radiant Greninja, and then 4 copies of Ultra Ball so that you can get those Flaaffy into play or get lightning energy into the discard pile. Something else that I really love about this list is its high emphasis on Switch cards. We've got 4 copies of Switch Cart and 1 copy of Escape Rope, which is really good for resetting Miraidon EX's attack. It's also great for getting your attacker into the active spot, since both Electric Generator and Flaaffy both accelerate energy only to the bench. So being able to consistently switch the Pokemon you want to into the active spot is very good. 3 copies of Beach Court also helps with that mobility and helps you to counter Path to the Peak, which can be really annoying for this deck to deal with. And then 1 copy of Forest Sealstone is here just in case you don't end up using Magnezone EX's V-Star attack. Now that we've seen everything, let's take one last look at the deck list as a whole. After playing this list a lot on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live, I have to say, it's really growing on me. I love that this deck can get attacking on the first turn of the game. I also really like the high damage output available to you with Raichu V, and I feel like it's got pretty good options against most of the format. Definitely an underrated archetype in the Pokemon TCG right now, if you ask me. The name Miraidon gets thrown around a lot, but I think that with this build, maybe Miraidon is not so mid after all. I'm really excited to show off this deck in action, but before we get to the gameplay, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Dragon Shield. Dragon Shields are my absolute favorite sleeves for collecting and playing the Pokemon trading card game. They offer unparalleled durability and protection for your favorite Pokemon TCG cards. And Dragon Shield has a really exciting new product, the black and clear outer sleeve, which help you to protect your decks even further. You've probably heard of a technique called double sleeving, which helps to protect your most prized Pokemon cards from dust and play wear while you're playing with them. Now, I don't usually double sleeve my standard decks, but for some of my favorite retro decks, which aren't getting any younger, I do like to double sleeve them. Double sleeving involves placing a card into a perfect fit sleeve upside down, and then placing that card into another sleeve right side up to form a perfect seal. Now, that's a lot of protection, but what if you've got a really cool sleeve that you'd like to protect from shuffle wear? Well, that's where the Dragon Shield clear outer sleeve comes in. With an outer sleeve, you can place any standard size sleeve into the Dragon Shield outer sleeve to protect your favorite sleeves from play wear. And with 3 levels of protection, your cards will be safer than ever. So if you've got some really cool sleeves from the Pokemon Center or sleeves that you don't want to degrade over time, well, the Dragon Shield clear outer sleeve is the perfect solution for your deck. Huge thank you to Dragon Shield for providing all of the sleeves for my tabletop gameplay and collecting. If you'd like to pick up some Dragon Shields yourself, make sure to check out the links in the description below to fullgripgames.com and dragonshield.com. Now, let's see what that Miraidon EX deck can do. Looks like I'm up against Arceus Duraludon with my Miraidon deck. They're going first, but we got a pretty strong opening hand with Forest Sealstone and Radiant Greninja in the active spot. So let's start with concealed cards. And you know what? That's way better than a turn 1 Judge, so we'll take that. The Magnezone is pretty bad, so we don't actually want that. We're going to Ultra Ball away these and go get Miraidon. It looks like my other Flaaffy is prized, so that's okay. I'll grab this dude. And then, yeah, we're going to Switch Cart. Tandem Unit. I guess Switch Cart doesn't actually matter, but it's cool. Look at these gamers out. And then I'll Tandem Unit yet again. And I need to get a Pokemon EX, or a Pokemon V, excuse me. So I need to get, yeah, this fella. We'll get these fellas out. Thank you, Joe, for that sub in the 19 months. Appreciate it, Joe. Thanks. So we'll get these guys. I should have saved the cart and gone into Raikou, but it's fine. We'll attach that there. And we want to go for the turn 1 knockout, so oh yeah, baby. Come on. We've got this. We can do it. Trust. We hit double lightning off of this, and then we go get the escape rope with the 4 seal stone. This deck reeks. Okay. It's all right. We got one more generator in the deck, bro. All right, all right, all right. This one. Well, that's fine. I would have preferred to hit that on the first one, because then I could have used my V-Star power to go get Escape Rope and bring up the Arceus, but that's fine, I guess. We'll deal with it. I prized 2 generators, so there's one. I also prized my Flaaffy, so we won't be able to use that, but there's a big possibility that I just ramp energy onto Raichu this next turn and just blast this Arceus to smithereens. So that's what we're going for here. This kind of fire. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might be a mid-Ride-On head, honestly. Mid-Ride. I could see myself being a ride or die mid-Ride-On fan. This is a fun deck. All right, I got Nest Ball. Who are you getting off Nest Ball? You're going to try again, huh? And Judge? No, wait. My deck does not like to be judged. Kind of got nothing for this situation here, guys. What am I supposed to do about this? This hand stinks. Top deck out of it. You're actually so right. We retreat into Raikou, and Raikou provides. Oh, we're so chilling, dude. Easy money. Okay, concealed cards. So free, dude. I can't believe how free this is. Exactly as we planned it. Yeah, we put that down. And let's draw, baby. This, okay. This hand is... Weren't we supposed to hit a switch off that? Or like, you know. Oh. Good gravy. All right. They've already used their V-Star power. And then I'm going to retreat into Raikou, and we're going to fleet-footed into the switch. Easy. We got that at least. Okay. I'll attach here. And we'll pass. That's fine. Our deck is so sick, we don't even have to attack this turn. They're shaking in their boots. They've already used their V-Star power. They've got no board set up. 4 cards in hand. Go ahead. Trinity Nova for 180. Swing into my Raikou. Bro, we just started. The game can't start falling apart already. We just started playing. Usually, the game at least needs to provide for a couple of hours. And yes, they are going to Trinity Nova for 180. All right, this is free. Okay. We've got this. I don't want to draw into more lightning energy. We want to see if we can actually just hit them first off this, and we just swing and miss. This game rules for sure. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. All right. So then we're going to Fleet-Footed. And we get the research. And let's go boss up the Umbreon and knock it out. Let's conceal cards. Got the rope. Who do you think they send up if I give them the rope? Well, let's see. They haven't taken any prizes yet, so I should just be in the clear, but... Alright, you gave me not the guy I wanted you to give me. So... let's go here. Boss up this guy. Attach here. Photon Blaster. Thank you, Shady, for the Prime sub and the 44 months. Time to leave for Hartford. What's the play? Miraidon. There's our Flaffinator. Beautiful. But I've prized another generator, so it's fine. I've got time on my side, you know. I don't know, probably just play Lost Box or Lugia or Gardy. Those three decks would be the ones that I would say are like top of the... Oh, and just play Arceus. Sure. Yeah, those four decks. Mew, I can't... Listen, I can't even bring myself to play Mew in this metagame. I feel like you're a daredevil if you are. If I were going to Hartford, which I'm not, if I was, I would be like... This is easy. I would be thinking that I definitely need to beat Arceus. I think Arceus will be like the most popular. The most popular deck by far. So that's my summation. So make sure you can beat Arceus. Only got 13 cards left in my deck. And 3 lightning energy, but the Serenas and the bosses are there. So I need to make sure that I have those. So I can research. That's fine. Yeah, we're going to go Raichu for the final play. Which is fine. That'll do enough. So do that. Need Switch Cart to avoid the spoons? What spoons are we talking about? Does Arceus play spoons? Okay, we Dynamotion. What spoons are we talking about? Like Radiant Alakazam? Okay, cool. 220. And then we could do 180 with Raichu to finish this thing off for game. Yeah, there weren't any damage counters to move on to Raikou. Right. That's what I'm saying. So how could they have used Radiant Alakazam if there were no more damage counters to move? Checkmate. This list isn't playing Cheryl, right? Well, if they Cheryl, then they can't knock out Miraidon, in which case I just win because then I can just... I'll have, like, so many energy in play. They play 4 Haluchas? Are you kidding me? No, you're kidding. Yeah. You're joking. They play Radiant Blastoise. Oh, with the Radiant Alakazam. Oh, okay. And here's the spoons. The spoons do not... Your spoons do not work here. Why would you put the 20 damage onto Miraidon? Like, how did that help? Retreating Arceus? Arceus only doing 180. So still not taking the knockout. So that's just a retreat and dynamic spark. There is going to be no more spoons. They lose right here. That's it. GG's, Arcdura. Dynamic Spark for 300. Oh, yeah. The best game in the world. It was the best game in the world. Look into my eyes, and it's easy to see 1 and 1 makes 2, 1 and 2 makes 3. It was destiny. You never know. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just, you know, the client has good days and bad days, just like the rest. Just like the rest of us, okay? All right, we up against Gardevoir. They've got Cresselia active. Couple of Ralts. And Radiant Greninja. It's my go. Now, I like Magnezone in this matchup. It's good because you can snipe dudes on the bench. We do have our Magnezone V in the deck, so I think that we just want to set up and not research this turn. We'll get these guys, and then we'll tandem unit again, and go get Magnezone and another Mareep. That's cool. And then I think we just want to go energy on Magnezone, so I'm at least threatening the Magnezone V-Star this next turn. Like, if they don't get out Manaphy, then they're kind of roasted. And there's a chance that they don't find it. Or that they, you know, can't get it into play. Or that they prized it. Or that they don't know what Magnezone V-Star does. Refinement the penny. They've got another refinement. And we'll Palpad the penny back in before research. They've got a pretty big draw here. They can see 4 more cards with concealed cards and then another refinement. Sure. Anybody think this deck gets to draw away too many cards? I do. Man. No deck should be able to draw like 13 cards in a turn that easily. Listen. At least Mew, your whole board is like 2 prizers and 3 prizers. Oh, you've lost. Yes. My master plan is coming together. Thank you for the big thumbs up. I appreciate that. Lugia. We are going second against Lugia. And this Lugia player is about... I was going to say to feel my wrath. No, they're not. This hand stinks. What the heck? What am I doing? I need a top deck. Come on. There we go. Thank you. So, we'll thin. And then... Is Radiant Greninja in the deck? It is. Okay. I've got 1 sheep active. We'll get all the fellas that help us draw cards. That's good. And then I will Ultra Ball away these and go get Radiant Greninja. And then we want to Tandem Unit one more time to go get another Miraidon. Zapdos. Zapdos, cool. All right, Zapdos, you can hang out. Then we conceal cards and draw into research. Dang it. Wow. We switch cards. And then we fleet-footed. Aha! Yes. Star Alchemy. And then we just got to go get research, right? I could... Nah, it's got to be research, yeah. It's a lot of energy wasted, though. It's fine. The highest chances of us hitting the turn 1 win are probably... We'd have to find, like, Switch Beach Generator for 1 on Raikou. We're doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 13 is 160 is enough. We either hit double generator on Miraidon. I think it's here. And then research. Dang, we're so close, dude. I should have done the... Man, bro. Shoulda, coulda, woulda done the... Should have done the bench. Okay. But there's no way we hit a double lightning off this generator anyway. So... we could try to do this. Yes, we're going to retreat. That's what we're doing, bro. We're going for it. 100%. Full send, baby. Full send it. We got it right here. Woo! Let's go, dude. You're out of here, buddy. That's right, you thought. See ya. absolutely annihilated. Let's go. This deck is so broken, dude. So broken. Looks like I'm up against Lugia. We're going first, which is exactly what we want. Let's... you don't actually want to, like, you know, discard any of these cards with Ultra Ball, so I'll fleet-footed and see if that helps. And, of course, it does. So now we are in there. We can tandem unit and see what we got available in our list. Do we have both Flaaffy? We do. So we want to go get these gamers right here. And then we want Zapdos if Zapdos is in the deck. Zapdos is prized. What a slacker. We'll get Raichu. Sure. And then we start generating. Dang it. All right, one more time. There we go. We'll go Lightning onto Miraidon and Energy on Raikou, and we'll pass. That is a very strong start for us. We could go turn 2 Raichu to knock out Tyranitar. Could draw into Escape Rope and push this thing out of the active spot. We definitely want to find the Zapdos to help us knock out these T-Tars. I got double Luigi and Burnett turn 1. The fire starts. That's pretty good. Okay. Now here, I actually want to fleet-footed. I've got 2 Ultra Ball in my hand, so I kind of want to see if I can draw into a Lightning or something. Yeah, see. Because it's going to... I didn't have any Lightning in the discard pile yet. And that means that now, since I did the draw first, I could have even Ultra Ball for Flaaffy. Since I'm looking to try and draw into Lightning off the Fleet-Footed, I could have Ultra Ball for the Flaaffy, thin my deck 1 card, Fleet-Footed, increase the odds that you draw into the Lightning, then you research, right? And since I was getting rid of 2 research, you really want to... or since I was getting rid of 2 Ultra Ball, those are like the main way you're going to get Lightning into the discard pile, that and research. So I really wanted to see if I could find a Lightning there. We could Switch Cart. I could Dynamotor 1, Switch Cart. That's probably fine. And no, I'm not going to the Hartford Regional Championships. I'm done with regionals for the year until I'm going to NAIC and Worlds, last 2 tournaments of the year. I'll Switch Cart into Raichu and research. Whew! Almost whiffed there. But we got it. And now Raichu can take this knockout. I have to discard 4, which is fine. With Flaaffy's, like, discarding 4 is no problem, so we'll do that. We go 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And Raikou should be able to respond on a Lugia very easy. We'll take our 2. We find Zapdos and Lightning. Perfect. And with a trade this good, Lugia should just be a great matchup. And, like, obviously, you know, if lists are still playing... Lists aren't playing Stonejourner anymore, though. Stonejourner is gone. It's Single Strike Urshifu now, which gives up at least 2 prizes, right? So... it do not matter. I've got V-Guard. Does that affect my math at all? Probably not. Got Tempest Dive for knockout, sure. I'm doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. No, that will not matter for the math. So Raikou's taking that knockout regardless. We've got another Nest Ball. Let's Nest Ball for Greninja. And then Fleet-Footed. And like the reason we Nest Ball for the Greninja because I want to draw into a supporter or a lightning energy, because both of those would be good. If I draw into a supporter, I could potentially play it. I mean, I've got boss's orders. I just want to thin my deck, and then I'll attach this energy. But if I draw into another energy, then I can conceal cards. So that's what we're doing there. And we find Serena. So that's very good because we can do that. We can do that. We can do a little switcherooski. And then Serena to discard these and draw 4 cards. Cool. Not a ton of help, but we'll Dynamotor. Get a Lightning onto Miraidon and give him the old Lightning Rondo for 330 damage. And now we're going down to just 2 prizes remaining. There's a Raichu and a Lightning Energy. Perfect. So we should have everything that we need to close out this game. Worst thing they could do is Judge. But I mean, like, who are they taking this knockout with? They'd have to, like... They'd have to take the knockout with, like, a... And most lists are only playing 1 Tyranitar anymore. I mean, they could take the knockout with Lugia and just say, I hope you don't, just have an attack, period. They do have a second Tyranitar, so I guess that's a pretty good one. But again, I have Raichu, so Raichu will be able to finish the game off. Potentially a little bit greedy, getting rid of the Zapdos, knowing that they could go Tyranitar, especially when I already had a Raichu in my discard. But it's fine. Pumpkin Pits. And the Roxanne. Okay, I'm actually bodied. Oh, they were... Oh, no, I'm not. Whoa. Roxanne's a lie. Yeah, they were cooking with the freaking heat over there. They had everything. They had absolutely everything. But I'm still chilling. Okay, come on. Let's go, deck. So, Nest Ball. We can get the Raichu. We've got another Flaaffy in the deck. I need the Switch card or the Stadium. I think we just go get Research. Can I KO? I think I need to draw into, like, electric generators. Like, we can do it. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, we're not doing it with Miraidon. We got to do it with Raichu. Yeah, I think we have to Research. I might just lose this game. I mean, we might have just gotten sauced by the Roxanne. I'm actually kind of shocked they play it. And the Pumpkin Pit Roxanne was like, that's crazy for sure. All right, we're just gonna rip it all. Okay. And like, okay. So what's the math on this? Just got hit 1 energy off it. But then, let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, baby. Free. Never didn't have it. That's it, right? Skadoosh, retreat. 5. Oh yeah, you're done, bud. See ya! We still got it! Dynamic Spark for 270 damage off the Roxanne to 2. Tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, doesn't even matter.